Matty Smith.
Oh gosh.
Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are we?
Very well, thank you. After the weekend, yeah. Can't take the smile off our faces, I don't think.
How did you go on? Did you win?
Yeah, obviously, yeah, really happy. Yeah, for the girls to play there again at Wembley's obviously special. So yeah, to wake up Sunday morning with a trophy again, it was nice. And they get a little bit of a break now, which is good. So yeah, no, we're really happy.
So just a few questions from me, and I just want to congratulate you on 4 in a row. Obviously that's a massive achievement, not just from Matty and yourself, but previous people in charge. Where do you see the future of women's rugby league?
Yeah, 4 in a row is really special, but the lads did 4 grand finals in a row, didn't they? So we've definitely got to go 5 to be. Look, the future of women's rugby league's in a really good place. I think, you know, the viewing figures are really good. The number of people in the stadium's gone up. That's a challenge, but we'll keep working on it. But I think if you look at where St Helens Women and Girls Rugby League is, it's in a really great place. Our squad, you know, some of the younger players played incredibly well, and I'm sure we'll be knocking on the door of England with the performances they've been putting out. And yeah, I think us as a team now are in a really great position to hopefully kick on and get league leaders, get grand final. We probably fell away a little bit last year, but this year we want to make sure we go on and lift the rest of the trophies, because we're definitely capable of it.
From a progression point of view, Matty, where do you see yourself actually moving forward with this team, and how do you think you can improve? You can improve from obviously what's been the foundation that has been laid.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, Det Carmen did a fantastic job with them before, you know, before I took over the start of last year, and you know, for me it was an easy role because they had the players in place already. But I'd like to think, yeah, I've just brought a few different things in. I mean, this year we talk about little things in games that probably goes a long way to winning games, and that's, we call them 1%. So a 1% would be everyone kick chasing, so kicking the ball, everyone on that kick chase, kick pressures, you know, escort is escorting someone off a kick. You know, things that you probably don't really notice when you're watching a game, but we value them so much because they go so far in for you to win a game. So that we've introduced that this year, and I think that's what's helped the girls. We show that as well. You know, after every game, we show them who's in the green, who's in the red, and if you're in the red, you need to get in the green. You know, and giving them, you know, giving them that information and giving them things to improve and where they've gone well in games, where they've gone wrong. I think that's what's helped them to kind of fix up a few things as well. We're still the first stages of that, and we need to keep putting them building blocks in to improve. But I think that's what's probably helped the girls and give the girls a focus of, you know, can I get in the green? Can I have more pushes? Can I be at the top of them lists? So that's given an extra added challenge probably in that sense. But yeah, I think, you know, where we really improved, I think, on last year is probably our defence. I think we talk about that a lot, and you know, me as a coach, I love the attacking side of the game. You know, I was an half-back, so I probably focused first year on that a little bit, but I think this year it had to be a bit more of a defensive focus as well, and talking around that. So the line speed the girls again at the minute, and the way they're defending for each other, and the connection they've got is, and the team spirit they've got, you can see in the performances that they're putting out there. So yeah, long way to continue. Finally, actually listening to a few things that I'm saying at the minute, so it's nice to have that. But you know, these girls do it all. They're dedicated, they're committed. You know, my job's easy when you've got a team like I have, and you've got a captain like Jodie as well. It makes my job a hell of a lot easier. So yeah, we're in a good place at the minute.
So what you're saying is basically anybody can do your job. He's not got a bad effort, has he? He's doing all right. Just adding a little bit to that, and obviously with your experience of playing at a very high level, do you think that playing at high level helps you as a coach?
I think it helps to a certain extent, yeah. I mean, I've been involved in good teams, I've been involved in poor teams where we've had to work really hard. So I've probably been on both sides, and I suppose it does help, been in good environments, bad environments, and it helps you in that sense. But I think as a head coach, it definitely wasn't prepared for picking teams, not girls missing out, having them conversations was difficult for me last year, and I'll hold my hands up with that. It's a hell of a lot easier now I've got that experience of doing it. But probably that's my biggest learn for me, the management side of it, and that's where that's what this job gives me. It gives me, probably I'm learning to be a coach a lot quicker than I would just being in the development side of things, or as Paul Wellens' assistant. I'm probably learning a lot more, and as a head coach, and the club have given me the chance to do that with the girls, which I'm forever grateful for. But I love doing that. I don't want to. I see this job as something I want to do for a long time. It's not just a quick thing to kind of improve my coaching. I want to. Now we've won trophies. Now we've had success, and you get to know the girls like I've got to know them over the last 18 months. You become invested in it, and you want just to keep winning. And I want to do this for as long as I can, and hopefully I get the opportunity to do that.
Right, Matt, we're double teaming today. We thought Gaz had always smashing them, so I thought I'm going to throw a few curveballs in as well. Jodie, one for you. What did it feel like during the game on Saturday? Because it was coming across on the TV conversation that you and Emily Rudge were absolutely smashing it out of the park in terms of efforts. How do you keep going in situations like that? Because the amount of tackles you got through, the meters you made, good grief. Was you on some sort of Duracell bunny trip? Because really speaking, you put an absolute sterling performance. I know Zoe got player of the match, but God, you must have been close. You must have been really close with that effort.
Yeah, she should have won.
I find it easy to put the work in for this team because I care so much. And look, I think every player or every good player has an X factor, as that thing that stands them out. They're sort of one thing that they do for the team. And me and Matty have had a few conversations around this. Mine's working hard. I know I can control that. It's all a choice how hard I work for the team, and that's what gives me all the confidence when I walk on the pitch, is knowing that I won't be outworked. I will do absolutely anything. And all our talk, Matty talked about us being a tight-knit group. My talk to the girls just before we went out was that I promise you I will break myself to win today for you guys, and I know every single one of you would do the same for me. And I think when you've got that attitude for each other to just work really hard and give it absolutely everything, then it's easy. I looked at those stats and thought, oh, they're a bit greedy there. I mustn't have passed much, but yeah, I just love it. I love big games like that. Rudgy was outstanding again, and I think, look, we've been around a long time, and we don't take those opportunities for granted, because we played when these finals have been on parks where we have to walk the pitch and make sure there's no glass or dog muck on there before we actually play, let alone walking out of Wembley. So live on the BBC, that to us is an opportunity that just is never ever anything I would take for granted. So make the most of the 80 minutes you've got out there. I just wanted to give it everything I could, and the whole team, 117, were absolutely outstanding, and I loved every minute.
I think one person I think we've got to sing the praise of here is your number 7, Faye Gaskin. That was a beautiful speech at the end that she made, and it's her last year. How hard was that to keep that amongst yourselves as a tight group of players, knowing that that's going to be her last time at Wembley? Did that give you the inspiration?
I think everyone's the girls, they're not full time, but we spend so much time together, and you get to know each other, and everyone's got their reasons, their whys for why they do what they do, who they're playing for. Is it family members? We've got people who've lost parents and they're out there doing it for them, and that's Faye's personal why. That's what's driving her, is to make the most of this season, because she's going to hang her boots up at the end because she wants to start a family, and that's a challenge in the women's game that isn't necessarily there in the men's game, around planning family and what you do with that. So look, it's a choice from Faye. and I think it's making her play the best rugby I've ever seen her play. She's playing absolutely outstanding, because again, probably similar to what I've just said, she's not taking anything for granted. She's taking every opportunity she can. You know, knowing that you're not going to ever walk out Wembley again means that you're going to give it absolutely everything out there, and she did. She was incredible. And that first try, which, you know, broke the deadlock, was fantastic, and we wouldn't have seen that from Faye last year or even before her injury. I think, yeah, she's just got an added motivation now, and us as teammates support each other in everything we do, and you know, that's where you want to do it for Faye. You want to make sure Faye's lifting that trophy because it is the last time, and we want to make sure Faye goes out with a treble, so we'll be doing that for us.
I think we need to ask you a question, Matty. What was your emotions like? I mean, from minute one, you've got Bella, is it Salehi, the full Berry? She drops the ball early on. What was it going through your head at the time, thinking, oh God, not again, beat me up, Scotty? And then in the 80th minute, when you're out on that pitch, on the edge, waiting to get on and congratulate your girls, what's your emotions like? You must go through everything from minute 1 to minute 81. What does it feel like?
Yeah, I can't tell you word for word because there's a lot of swearing going on here. But, yeah, I mean, I do. I'm probably a type of coach, and I probably need to settle down a little bit in there. But yeah, I live every play with them, and you know, as a halfback as well, I was really animated on the pitch. My talk was always there, and yeah, played every play on the pitch. So I'm no different really as a coach. So when it doesn't go right, yeah, I do swear a little bit, and but I have people around me that calm me down. I mean, I had Mike Rush a couple of weeks ago. He was giving me a little massage when I was having one of my moments. So, and he said, "You'll have to calm down, mate, because by 50 you're gonna have a heart attack if you carry on." So, yeah, but like I say, I live every play. I love it. You know, the lows are the lows, but the highs are the highs, and at the end of the game, it's more relief for me at the end. You know, I probably enjoy it now talking to you lot, and you know, now I can relax. But I think at the end of the game, it's relief. It's not just relief; it's relief for the girls. You know, to get what they deserve, and have that trophy again in our cabinet. That's what matters to me. So, you know, yeah, to get the rewards that all the hard work they put in makes it all worthwhile, and then you get to see your kids at the end and their little faces. So it's yeah, it's a proud moment for us as a club, the team, and yeah, I'm proud of them.
And I would imagine, Jodie, the celebrations were a little bit fractious, would we say? On Saturday night when we got back here. Go on, spill the beans. Who was the biggest idiot on the celebration?
You were all over the
I know, yeah. We're all over the St. Helens Star, which was not. I did panic a little bit when I saw that article, but yeah, look, we had a great journey back on the bus, celebrating together, and then we came back to the stadium. Mike Rush got his hand in his pocket and gave us some free drinks, which was great, I know. And then, yeah, you know, a big handful of us went off into town and just enjoyed being together. Look, you work so hard for moments like that you've got to enjoy it together at the end afterwards. And I wouldn't know who was the most drunk, because I can't remember. I got myself locked out the house, and I had to knock my friend up at 5 a.m. to sleep on a couch. So, possibly myself. I'm probably going to go with.
That brings some serious memories from me. I've done some stupid things in the past. So moving on just slightly. We talked about progression and where you see yourself. I know that you're still in your prime, but where do you see yourself moving forward? Do you see yourself going into a coaching role? I see you so much on the TV now. Like I see you more than my mum.
You know what? I knew I liked you guys. You're the only ones telling me I'm in my prime. Everyone else is telling me I'm nearly retired. So
you're a long time retired.
I know. I'm trying to hang on for a little bit. You know, hopefully I've got a couple more years left in me. Maybe, you know, another World Cup is the goal to get to that. Obviously, Captain England in a World Cup would be a dream come true. So yeah, I've got a few more years left at Saints, but I've really enjoyed my new role at the club. Obviously I'm full time now and work really closely with Matty and the rest of the staff in terms of creating a better environment for the first team, women's team, but also looking at our pathways, our under-19s, looking to introduce an under-16s, making sure that we don't just, lift a trophy 4 times in a row, but we lift trophies for many years to come with all the talent that's coming up now in St Helens. So I've got a job to do there, but I definitely think coaching's something I've been interested in. I'm learning a lot, I think, in this role in terms of coaching and what sort of coach maybe I'd like to be. So I'm sure that's in the future at some point, but hopefully in the more distant future.
What sort of coach do you think you'll be? Do you think you'll be a live every moment person like Matt, or do you think you'll be that calm, chilled individual that just moves forward and whatever will be will be?
I'm not calm or chilled. Intense is the word most people use for me. So I think I'd probably be worse than Matty. Look, I am really hard on the girls. Like I have really high standards. I've got a vision of where I think the women's game can be and where we can be. And I've always had that in my head. I've always known that the women's game has a lot to offer. A lot to offer this club, a lot to offer the rugby league, the whole of rugby league in terms of how it can grow the game, get new audiences in, inspire young girls who, all these young girls that are being inspired by us, they're turning up and they're watching the men week in, week out, they're in the shop, spending a fortune on shirts, they're adding to this club. So I've always been so passionate about what the women's game can do and what it can be. And I have no doubt that when I turn into a coach, that's going to get even worse. So God help it. I have said to some of our younger girls, I can't wait to be your coach and make your life hell.
It's a bit brutal. And obviously, I know you're obviously captain of England and whatever, and I know with Craig years ago that you care massively about the international game. Where do you see that moving forward in the next 5 to 10 years?
Hopefully one more than a semi-final, because if I get knocked out in another semi-final, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I think we don't make the most of the international game in rugby league, men or women. I think we need to do things a little bit differently. These ideas, these plans in place, and hopefully, that will happen. But for me, being captain of my country is a really proud moment. It's something I never thought I'd get the opportunity to do. Every time I get the chance to pull on that shirt, it's really special, and I'm going to give that my all, just like I will every time I pull a Saints shirt on. Hopefully England can do something over the next few years, but hopefully we can change the game a little bit from a women's perspective, because we've got an opportunity that the men don't have, in the sense of growing the home nations, Wales, Ireland, Scotland. There's a really strong Wales side full of Welsh people who are turning into rugby league because of the opportunities and because of how good it is. So I think we need to take advantage of that and develop a real strong home nations female competition where we get regular chance to put England out there and showcase the international game, so that when it does get to a World Cup and we're playing Australia and New Zealand, that we can finally get the better of them. We're going out and playing an Ashes tour next year, so we'll get a good chance to measure where we're at.
I don't like talking about Australia, because everybody says if you're Australian, you're better than an English person, which I don't necessarily agree with. But do you think like a state of origin type situation, you could make that into the women's game and move it forward that way?
Yeah, actually we're doing a virtual state of origin next week. We've got Yorkshire v Lancashire origin game. Last year it was sort of a behind closed doors thing, just as a selection basis for the end of season international. But the quality of the game was phenomenal. It was one of the best games we played all year, and it was a shame that more people didn't get the chance to watch that. I think hopefully they're going to promote that game's happening and more people can get down and watch it, because when you get the best of England, which is getting better year on year, the amount of young girls, the talent that's coming through, the competition for places is massive now. So yeah, hopefully we have a lot of Saints girls in that, which I'm sure we will. That is a brilliant opportunity, I think, for us to showcase the women's game and do something about it. So at the minute it's happening, but no one knows about it, so maybe we need to shout about it more.
Right. And to you, Matt, there's a similar question, not necessarily of the women, but in the men's game, like we always seem to play England and France, and it's every year. Do you think like an Origin-style series would be beneficial for the men instead of just France?
Yeah, I reckon so. I mean, it's happened before, hasn't it? And it never quite took off like the Origin series over in Australia. But you look at what they've got over there, and you know, it's the most watched thing in the calendar, isn't it? So, yeah, I'd love it. I'd love to see it back. But I'd love to see the girls do it the right way as well. You know, have that free series as well. Because, like Jodie said, I went to that game. It was behind closed doors, and it was quality. You know, because you've got the best playing against the best in the league, and you know, it's great to watch. And for the women, that's where it needs to be at the minute. I think, you know, to get that quality for Stu Barrow, the England coach, to see what his best teams going to be come the end of the year. I think them 3 games would be ideal for him as a coach to look at. So yeah, I'd love to see it back. Whether it will or not, I'm not quite sure in the men's game, but I definitely think the women should get it done.
Who makes them decisions? Because, like, for me, you should have people like yourself on a panel saying this is what's right for our sport. Because if you don't have people like yourself who's played it, where are we going?
I think Jodie used to work for the RFL, so I'll let her answer this one.
Thanks for that one. Look, yeah, there are a lot of people making decisions that maybe not a consensus across the game. I think what has been a real benefit is IMG coming in, whether people like it or not. I think their recommendations are the right way for the game to go. There's challenges with the whole scoring system and everything else that they've put in, but actually it's driving clubs to invest in the right things rather than in short term. I think sometimes we've got to be stronger as a game. I think we make some good decisions, but then as soon as we're challenged, because not every decision is going to be right for every club. And I think when decisions are made at times and people kick a big fuss up, we backtrack quite quickly because we're scared of that. And I think, yeah, being a bit stronger with some of the decisions that are made and sticking with it over time. It's not, you know, if you start something new like a State of Origin series, you can't expect it to take off year 1, year 2 and be the finished article. You've got to give it time. So yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are throwing a lot of ideas around. I think IMG's involvement hopefully will make a big impact. But yeah, we'll see. It's not me anymore though, because I'm not there. I'm here, so it's fine.
I think.
Shall we stop there?
Yes.
I think the Buffy's out. Matt's noticed it. Now, why is it a coach always notices the Buffy's out? It's not the player, is it, Jodie? It's the coach. I think you've been having lessons off Craig Richards.
Yeah.
As soon as he sees the Buffy, he's up.
Goal kicker from.
Sorry?
Your next goal kicker.
You're
going to lose your goal kicker this season.
Yeah.
Have you got one lined up, like?
Yeah, well, last year we had, you know, we've got three halfbacks at the club at the minute, and it's difficult. I mean, Amy Taylor, she started the year this year, and you know, for one reason or another, we've got a competitive squad. I give Zoe Harris a chance, and she's took a chance and stayed in the squad. So that meant Amy obviously out the squad. So we had to find another kicker. You know, we've got Faye, who's obviously kicked really well. Berry Sahili at fullback, she's kicked goals as well. So, but Amy Taylor's she's 21 years old, and she played every game last year. I think the only girl really to play every game. I might be wrong in that, but she played the Challenge Cup final. She kicked goals from the sideline. She's got loads of potential, Amy, but she's only young.
I remember you being a good little drop goal.
Drop goal. Yeah. I couldn't kick goals, could I though, mate? You didn't say that.
Drop goal.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a few girls that can do it in our squad, so yeah, they all practice. So we're in a good position, especially with halfbacks. There's not a lot of halfbacks.
You've more experience than the top coach. You play for every bloody club that I know.
I did, I played for 7 clubs. I loved every minute as well, loved every one of them. But, yeah.
Loads of experience.
No, yeah. But that was well. Go in there now.
Amy Taylor.
Amy Taylor. Yeah, she's got the bright future. She's. I think one day she's got potential to play for England. But like, we're fortunate, we've got 3 great halfbacks at our club at the minute, so it's difficult to pick a team for me next week if you want. Honestly, it's really hard.
I watched one last night, Wigan in Leeds, and you was kicking the goal. You never missed a bloody goal.
No. Was he sure it was me, that? Brad, was that me? Brad's a good goal kicker.
1915 it was.
Okay, I think while the buff is out, let's give these guys a massive round of applause. Our Challenge Cup winners 2024, our head coach Matty Smith, and the one and only captain Jodie Cunningham.
Thanks, guys.
And if you want to go and help yourself.